Excuse me. I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
Staple versus.
All right. What did we have last week? We had quite the battle last week, didn't we?
What did we have last week? Something that I won at?
Archaeomancer's map.
Oh, yeah, I probably didn't.
A map against a land tax. A map against a land tax.
How'd that go?
Where do you think this one went?
I feel
You had to
like
guess percentages.
I feel like there's a lot of unenlightened people out there. They just haven't caught up with what's good and what's fresh and what's new. I'm gonna say like 75% land tax. 25.
Let's see. Okay, so let's start with good old Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter actually had a very low vote rate last week, lower than it's like dropped off for
What
some
the fuck?
fucking Twitter void.
Yeah.
Everything else stayed higher, but for some reason Twitter didn't follow suit.
Fuck
Twitter had though 73% for land tax.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But remember, low voting, so that doesn't really
Doesn't
matter
like
too
affect
much.
the movement.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the lowest voting of the three, which
Ooh.
is the first, because
All right.
Discord is normally the lowest
They
because
are.
it's just
Less
whatever.
people.
Yeah. So, but it's more people interacting with us, and like a tenth the amount of people that we have on Twitter. Whatever.
We have what, like 20%
Of what
ratio,
of what Twitter,
like Twitter to Discord.
and then it's like
100% the same.
I was about to say 3,000% more interaction. But anyways, okay. So
Twitter, you suck.
YouTube. Actually, let's just get this out of the way. YouTube and Discord, 64% for land tax. So
Okay.
land
right.
tax is one.
All
thing.
right.
So I might as well just get my crown out now.
Good.
Oh, good.
Good for you.
Oh,
Great job.
This crown.
Great job. Put that
Every
crown
week,
on. That's great.
Every
Happy for you.
week.
I'm happy. That's what I want. I'm happy for you.
I feel bad. It's your birthday. I want you to wear the crown.
All right. Hey, AJ.
I don't want relationship. I just want bang, bang, bang. I don't want to know your name. I just want bang, bang, bang.
You're so drunk or so buzzed at this point that you said, "Hey, AJ," and played it, which normally you play it and then you're like, "That's for you, AJ," or "You're welcome, AJ." And then I just fucked it up. That isn't actually the whole thing you say. Anyways, let's get to, okay.
Doesn't
So if
matter.
you guys don't know how this game works, is Lowery and I have two staples. One might be a staple, one might not. They both might not be staples, but we are going to. There is one spot left in this deck.
Yeah,
and you have to choose by voting either on Twitter, on YouTube, or on the Discord, if you're part of the Discord, which card you're putting in this particular deck. This week, we're switching it up. What are we doing this week, Larry? We're switching this up with Mill?
So this is, who do you want to be your commander?
For a mill
because
deck.
you want to play a mill deck of some sort. It doesn't have to be, you want flexibility.
You trying to?
But I'm just trying to throw it in there.
Yeah, you're trying to get your side right away. I shouldn't let you enter. This is why you don't introduce things, Larry. You can't set it up because you cheat.
Choose Phoenix. All right.
Good setup.
So we're going for Legends. You're sitting down. You want to play a mill deck, but you don't know who to choose. Do you want to play Bruvac, some terrible, just very narrow commander?
Knock it off. Let's put this out there.
Or do you want to play Phoenix, which is gonna give you a couple of different avenues in a mill deck? It is 3 black and a blue. It's a 4/7. Indestructible enchantment creature. It doesn't become a creature unless you meet some sort of thing.
So
whatever.
you can't tap for its.
Look,
Okay.
I'm doing the intro. Why are you interrupting?
Yeah, you already bashed mine in the intro. He said, "I'll tell you."
Creatures you control have tap. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the creature's toughness. And that seems really good.
So okay, well, I won't get into the bashing. Okay, I
What's
have
Bruvac do?
I have Bruvac. It is like
Yeah?
the mill captain of the world. It is 2 and 1
That felt
blue,
really
so
fucking
it
German
is
right there. That
almost
was
half the
weird.
amount of Fenix, and it is just blue. So it's
Just
we don't not blue black. But if an opponent
just blue.
would mill 1 or more cards, they mill twice that many cards instead. So
Yeah.
double the fun? Yes. Spearmint gum.
Yeah, is this a commercial? Am I in this?
I don't need to. So here's the thing. It's a 1/4. I don't care about big butts on this. I do not lie. This thing will mill the shit out of you. This thing has 2-card combos pretty much. Things like Maddening Cacophony.
I don't know. That card doesn't go in any of my decks.
Yeah, because you play a mill deck. We're talking about these two. We're
Yeah.
talking about these.
I
Maddening
wouldn't
Cacophony.
play an Umbris. Umbris is a mill deck. I wouldn't play that there.
It's a bad mill deck.
It is.
That's what we should have done. We should have done Bruvac against Umbris. That would
have been good.
So Fractured Sanity, Traumatized, Fleet Swallower, all those cards are like, you play that and it's like,
I heard it's Skeet Swallower.
Skeet? What?
Yeah, that's semen.
Well, I
from
didn't say Skeet.
Chappelle Show.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's Skeet Swallower is a.
Damn it, I'm not even on the wah button. I would totally hit that right now.
Oh man.
It's on the mill color. You have blue. There's enough blue, and I can tell you,
There's enough blue?
I have both of these decks as mill.
Yep. Super boring.
And I don't play Fenix anymore once Bruvac came out. So there's that.
But you didn't take apart Fenix, right?
I want to because it's so bad now.
See, the problem that you have with not taking apart Fenix is it's a little bit different. It can be a little bit. There's a bunch of different avenues that you can do with Fenix, which is because of the black part of it, where you can reanimate. There's a lot more options. There's some added mill options that you can do in there, which is pretty.
But they also have they also have summoning sickness though, so people are seeing it coming. Yeah,
but you need to play some better cards. So. Are you not playing Lightning Greaves where you can just be like, I'm going to pay these 3 creatures and then move it over, tap.
I don't need to do that with my Bruvac.
Move it over, tap.
Bruvac's just out there,
Move
and
it
I'm
over,
like,
tap. Mill.
cast it, and I'm like, hey, you're dead, and then cast.
Look, I don't think I've seen Bruvac win
Oh, are
unless
you
I was
kidding me?
helping them play it.
Whatever. I have one.
You had 2 crabs out, and I was like, hey, everybody landfall 10? And then you're like, oh, I won accidentally.
Oh,
I was like, no, I let you win. That's how that happened.
That's bullshit. I will say the first 3 times I played Bruvac, it probably won 2 out of the 3 times, and then after that, it was like, Bruvac needs to die right away, especially number 2. There's another number 2 deck where if I play Bruvac, he's like, kill him now.
Yeah.
I've come to learn is Adam decks is anti number 2 decks is what they turns out to be. But anyways, you don't need the black. Black is just pointless for mill. If we're just talking about specifically mill, get rid of the dead weight and screw black. Just use blue because there's enough blue. I'm telling you, there's enough blue to mill the shit out of everybody at once.
I can agree with what you're saying if you want to build a boring deck. And that's
boring.
what Bruvac is.
It's not boring.
Bruvac, the same mill cards that everybody else plays.
It's mill. There's a lot of different avenues.
No. There are some avenues that you can play when it comes to mill. You can do
I
What
would
do you
just
press?
say,
What are you
Just say
doing?
build a better deck.
I would just say
Yeah.
build a better.
I would
Like
just say
Fanax.
build a better
So
deck.
because what you can do with Bruvac fits in a Fanax deck, which would
It does.
absolutely boost what's
you need
going
Bruvac
on.
to be in there because otherwise it's
you
just
don't
a bad
need
deck.
it to be.
The part,
You know what?
the part
okay.
that sucks about Fanax is it's one player typically targeting. Like, so you're taking out one player. Yeah, you succeed normally. That's the problem I always had with Fanax, and that's the thing that's different about this is I have both these commanders. Reason why Fanax doesn't get fucking played anymore is because you have to kill one person, and once you kill that one person, everybody kills you because you've already milled one person out.
The problem with
runs out of
Fanax
gas.
is normally there is a recursion player. And so like the multiple times that you like, I always deal with the graveyard. And so if you do have somebody dealing with the graveyard in your play group, mill just isn't going to be a good option. In general, Bruvac's going to be bad. Fanax is going to be bad.
I'll admit,
Bruvac's going to be bad.
no, Bruvac with people with recursion, it kills people like that. It's not a. It kills
I'm
everybody
just happy
at
you
once.
can snap your fingers. What?
I didn't drink a jug
Good
of
job.
beer.
I
Watch
can
out with
clap
your-
my hands.
Yeah,
Good job for me.
Don't spill your beer, buddy.
Nope.
Here,
It's
let me
good base.
let me do this again.
hold on. So like when I was using this cup earlier, it is one hand on it at all time. I have this cup ready for it has a good base, a good solid base, and that's gonna be in
prepared.
the future. What's going on?
Lots of. Okay, so Fanax.
Okay, so the thing about Fanax is even though it's not necessarily good against reanimation decks, it can be a reanimation deck. So it's not so narrow. You can choose how you want to do it. Do you want to reanimate your opponent's creatures? You can do that.
Sure.
Do you want to reanimate your own
So yours
creatures
is-
and mill yourself? You can do that.
Here's the problem with
Bruvac doesn't mill itself. It's only the opponents that
Right.
it affects.
right. So you just are a
Right.
specific mill. It's not a self mill.
So-
It's just a mill.
Exactly. It's an
mill.
uninteresting build because everybody is going to build it the same.
No.
Mill the same as much as
I
you can.
built it. I
it's
built it
very
as
simple.
just getting everybody at once because that's the thing. This
Yeah,
one does it
that's
so quick that you have to
great.
kill everybody all at once.
Fantastic.
Yours is built off of creatures. What is
You
the
can
most
take
removed?
different avenues.
No,
That's
but-
the big thing.
Why? How? Because it's
What do you
built off
mean?
of
That's
tapping
I was
your
just talking
creatures.
about reanimation.
But
When you're talking about you have better
but you need your
removal for
creatures
anything
to-
that's
to
coming
mill.
at you.
So what you're saying is remove the mill part is what you're saying. So let's talk about mill.
What? No, I could play like bigger creatures that can block, that can end up
Right.
milling. That
What is the
can-
most removed thing in the game?
enchantments?
That's not what you said last week, you bastard. You said you didn't even put enchantments on the list. You son of a
I wasn't that drunk last week, apparently. All right.
You son of a- I love the straight face. You're like, what was the last one? What was the one I said last week?
Look, Bruvac's, I'm not going to say Bruvac's not good. It's good. It's a good card. It's one of the best cards in Fanax. It's a good
That's what-
99.
It's
in
what
your
makes
mill
Fanax
decks.
actually a decent playable deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Bruvac's
otherwise,
not even good to play. It's super narrow. It's not even fun.
I will also give this. You probably would have had a better argument if cards like removing the legendary rule or multipliers like Sakashima or like Mirror Box or Helm of the Host or Spark Double. If there wasn't so many other options of making Bruvac go crazy and just fucking kill everybody all at once, you would have a better argument if those cards didn't exist. If Bruvac was the only thing. But there's so many options now that you can keep making copies of this. And that's what ends up happening with Bruvac is I get them out and then I'm like, all right, Spark Double. Then the whole table's like, fuck, we got to kill at least one of those. So they're all wasting their time to kill one. Oh, Sakashima. Son of a bitch. Okay, we got to kill one. Oh, Helm of the Host. Now I have 3, 5, 6. And then it's game over. It just gets out of control because the Bruvac's just
this
so
isn't about
good.
what's best. It's about what you would rather play. What would you rather play? A super narrow mill deck that can't. If somebody's
just
like
say build a
attacking you
better deck.
aggro-wise
I would
and you
just say
can't do
build a
anything
better
about
deck.
it, what are you
I
going
would
to
just say
do?
build
But
a better deck.
I would say build a better deck. And so is Bruvac a better deck? And
did you just moo?
grown in a mooing way.
I didn't say
But
yes.
is Fanex a more interesting deck? For sure.
I will give you Fanex can be you get 2 colors. You get black. So you have different options there.
Yeah.
You got different options.
But
it is going to be
different cards.
But yeah, you're playing different cards. Of course you're playing different cards because you're playing a creature deck. Like that's a creature built deck to mill.
Yes. Yeah.
Bruvac is a mill deck to mill. So if we're talking mill, this is a mill deck to mill.
We're talking about any sort of mill. Milling opponents and yourself and reanimating is a strategy.
The
and
biggest
if you're
problem,
cutting that out, you're cutting out avenues that you can build your deck. Bruvac is only very super linear. And when you're talking about how to build a deck, when you sit down and we just talked about this, like dealing with your emotions and stuff like this. And so this is going to work against what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but
I'm going to use this right back.
Who cares about what people are building? If they're like, oh, Bruvac's just a mill deck. You're right. It's just a mill deck.
When people say
But
Fanex,
if you're
it says
affected
mill.
by that, you should vote for Fanex because
I'm talking to you, number 2. That's what you're trying to say there.
if you're affected by what everybody else is doing because they want to do that, that's fine. Just vote for Fanex. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm sure this card you could go like infinite with Fanex and like untapping creatures with Isokron Scepter and
sure.
That's a thing.
That's
a thing. I forgot the name of the card. It's a CEDH thing.
all right. We got to end this because we are over 2 hours. This is the longest episode that we've had probably in a long time. Happy
Goodbye,
birthday,
everybody that watched back in March.
Happy birthday to Lowery. So this is Lowery's birthday
right.
episode, and you guys can vote for your choice, Bruvac or Fanex. You can vote on the Discord. You can vote on Twitter, and you can vote on YouTube on the community tab. I will announce the winners next week.